Hi, my name is Rich. I use the he, him pronouns. You're watching my YouTube channel where I play amazing tabletop role-playing games with friends. This is the fifth and final session for now of Marvel Cinematic Universe set game of Demigods, PBTA, where we have envisioned that the characters are the new Warriors 3. They've had a number of adventures dealing with Balder, dealing with uh, the followers of Set, an Egyptian-based tourism theme park fights, giant snakes, and now finally Heracles, who's called Hercules here because the hashtag is stronger for Heracles, for Hercules than Heracles. Oh goodness, I messed it up. Last session, they were in New Asgard, which they will soon be leaving because of a wish of a particular few groups of players, or maybe everybody. We want to see it at a grocery store opening when Hercules showed up, demanding that he be given the ability to trade harm for harm with either King Brunhild or preferably Thor for the two of them killing his father in uh neither were there, so he took it out on the new Warriors 3, beating up Torolf and Thea, and then going off with Ragnar to get drunk. uh Ragnar got Hercules really drunk. In how big was the tanker? You said it was like gonna be like this big or something.
Like something like you'd get like a big jug of cocktail for a group in kind of thing. You know, big old flagon thing.
A big old flagon thing filled with half ale, half horse tranquilizer, enough to take out a herd of elephants, I believe. Is
Kill a herd of thing.
kill a
I
herd
don't
of.
know. I haven't tried it, so I don't know.
As I would recommend you don't. Really, that
Yeah.
seems like it would be a bad result for you. But it was successful in knocking him out. And that is where we ended the last session. Let's do a quick round. It's been a couple of weeks for us, the group. Very quick round of reminders of who's who. We're going to start from the right-hand side of the character keeper, heading towards the left. So, Steven, introduce yourself. Tell us about your character.
Hi, my name is Steven. My pronouns are he, him. I'm playing Thea or Althea, um, whose pronouns are she, her. She is a scion of Heimdall. She has some sight, farsight, and tracking abilities. She has a big, powerful bow. She uh, has a companion wolf who sometimes she rides, and I think that's about it. A couple of ravens. Sindri is the name of the wolf. Yep.
That's good. Thank you very much. Next up, Cody in the middle.
Yo, what's up? It's your boy, it's Cody. I use the he, him pronouns, and I play in Total, also he, him. In Demigods, Total is a warrior playbook. He's rolling around, he's brawling, he's got the Axe of the Crucible gift to him by Balder, makes him very difficult to do things successfully, but he gains experience, and ain't that just the best? And he's looking to, probably balance his record against Hercules in this game, hopefully, but maybe not, But right now he's down 0-1. He's not going to let that stand forever. Hercules, you're on notice.
We'll see. We'll see. I'm sure you could do a lot to his unconscious body and proclaim victory. Last but not least, the player we all hate to love, but love to hate. Oh wait, character.
I'm
Sorry, character we hate to love.
thank you.
Whoops, whoops.
I
Alex,
mean,
you're
if you
up.
want to, that's fine.
I'm
I
joking.
can take it. I'm Alex. I use he, him, and I'm playing Ragnar, who's the trickster playbook, who also uses he, him, and he is the child of Loki and Loki. He's the only one of these three who's managed to knock out Hercules, and he did not realize he was supposed to bring a weapon along to this thing, because everyone else seems to have something cool.
So
Ragnar has his wits, which sometimes help him.
Yes, you guys have defeated Hercules? Question mark. You now have his unconscious body to deal with. You're at the Warriors 3 Tavern, which is smack dab in the middle of New Asgard, the place we adore but can't escape. I am curious, what is the plan?
Well, I think we got as far as dragging him out of,
That
well,
seems right. Yeah,
Torolf dragging him out of
that's right. Because
forest.
Torolf was going to make Ragnar do it, but Ragnar said, "Oh, I totally can," and cajoled Torolf, who said, "We don't want you to break a nail, Ragnar. Let let me do this."
Yeah.
So Total has Hercules thrown over his shoulder. He's going to take him to his flying boat, and he's going to throw him in there, and he's going to say, "Let's go then, boys. Let's take him. We throw him back in the drink, or take him home, or whatever. I don't care. But he's not allowed to stay here in New Asgard anymore. I've had it up to here with him."
Hmm. Uh, Thea, is that? He's just going to come back again, isn't he? If we do that.
Yeah, there's a so I'm trying to think of options here. One is to take him someplace far enough away where it takes him a long time to get back, and maybe he's
Take him to hell.
yeah.
I hate that we keep going back there, but I know a guy.
Another
I'm
option would be to trick him into thinking he has gotten the revenge that he doesn't need. That he needs, right? So make him think that he's defeated Thor. Uh,
dress Torolf up as Thor.
well, it would require him defeating Torolf. Um,
I
but
think. I mean, I'm sure Torolf can. Torolf, you don't mind throwing the fight because you. I mean, you would be throwing the fight, wouldn't you? Of course, if you lost,
It wouldn't be a real fight. That's exactly right. This would
and
just
you'd be
be
willing to do that because you're,
and they don't call me magnanimous total for nothing. I'm nothing if not a generous fighter and a lover.
if I'm not mistaken, there is one person who's defeated Thor in battle, an old woman. Is that right? Alex, didn't you say something about that before where um
I may have. I don't remember.
It says all sorts of things before the game. What
Yeah.
we're supposed to remember
Yeah.
everything?
no, I think it was old age. The woman is representative of old age. And, if we can tell Hercules he has to defeat the one that defeated Thor, then maybe that's a battle they can't meet.
Get
So just
metaphysical with this.
just so I have this framed right, you're on the Total's boat.
Yeah.
You've maybe gone him down into the hold. There are people outside with like camera phones and the like. They're walking around. Is it floating in air or is it
I
landed?
think it's floating
Dark.
in water right now. It
Okay.
hasn't like taken off. Yeah.
It's like one of those ones from Dark World, and I guess floating above your head as we speak.
And we're trying to figure out, we're having the debate about where to take Hercules.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know you're having the debate. I just wanted to make sure I had like the right framing of where you physically
He's gonna
were.
throw somebody in the mix.
Yeah, what? No, no, what?
What's
No.
that? A hand grenade falls in my boat? We're being attacked by AIM?
Oh man, dang it. That's maybe better than my idea, but that's okay. We'll go with you hear I think it's Thea. Thea being your senses heightened, your other senses heightened oftentimes because of your blindness. You hear someone step onto the boat and the boat seems to rock for a moment against the normal gentle tide because it is docked. Um, and then looking down into this area is a beautiful woman who you've never seen before. She has dark hair. She seems very regal. She is dressed in uh a oh, I cannot remember. It's not a toga, a woman's version of a toga from Greek uh ancient Greek woman clothing. Anyway, uh she looks like so. She regards the three of you and Hercules as well. Hello. I believe the three of you are the new Warriors 3, are you not?
Um, possibly. Can we help
Um,
you with
Is
something?
what we would say if we were unsure of our status, but we are certainly the new Warriors 3. Yes.
Yes, we're the Warriors. Yeah.
you've defeated Hercules.
I wouldn't say defeated, maybe delayed. Why?
Hmm.
And you are,
My name is Hera.
and I'll reach up and I'll bow to her, incline the head and take her hand.
Why are we bowing? Who are you? Who's Hera?
Oh,
Someone who just stepped on your boat.
I
this is
damn
your
well
boat.
see that. I don't remember inviting anyone on my boat.
Goodness, aren't you a little rude?
Aren't you a little rude stepping in someone's boat home when you don't know me? You can't just come into my home.
Well, Thea, thank you very much. Your manners are welcome. I'm here to offer you an opportunity. Let me take Hercules off of your hands. You don't want to have to deal with him. He's such an oaf, such a problem. Always his
Uh,
father's boy causing chaos.
I'm not saying this is off the table or anything. Are you planning to like kill him again? I'm not totally against this or for it. I'm just want to see what the options are.
Truth be told, it was never proven that the poison cloak that Heracles wore was a gift from me. It was technically a gift from his own wife, if I remember correctly.
What in the hell? How do you know all of this? Who are you?
I'm Hera. Zeus, our dearly departed Zeus, is my husband.
You've never read anything about any of the other pantheons, Turulf?
I see his rudeness comes from ignorance. That's all.
I'm
No,
not ignorant.
definitely,
I know
definitely.
so much things. I know many things, in fact, and I know so many that sure you can take him. I don't care.
Oh, good. Very well. Thank you.
Um,
Yes?
Throw him overboard, anyways.
yeah,
What this is saving me a trip.
Turulf, I kind of lean like. Actually, I think I'm gonna. I kind of look at him. I'm about to lean into Turulf's ear. Then I like turn to Thea and lean to Thea's ear. I mean, it does get him off our hands, but I mean, Zeus is not gonna like that if it gets back to him. I know the whole thing is Zeus got killed by Thor, but Elder God, that death is usually fairly temporary.
And I think I lean forward and I'm like, but it's not like we could just turn Hera down, you know.
And then
She's
she leans in and says, yes, because then I'd be very angry.
Oh, so everyone's whispering on my boat except for me? That's fine. I kick Hercules.
She giggles because that's a turn on. She's into that.
Oh.
Turulf, don't even.
Don't what? You're whispering to Thea. I'm just occupying myself.
Okay.
So I don't have any problems. I think we should probably hand over Hercules to Hera, but you know, there
And
needs
we
to
could
be.
send a missive to Zeus that we've safely returning him back to
I don't think that's necessary. If you
Olympus.
recall, Hercules came here demanding vengeance because Thor had killed Zeus. So obviously Zeus is dead. Otherwise, Hercules, sorry, old habits die hard. Hercules wouldn't be here seeking vengeance. So it's fine. Don't worry. You don't need to tell anyone. I'm saving you the problems. Why don't you just let me take Hercules off of your hands and do what you were planning on doing, most likely? Just saving you the effort.
But um, this would gain us the enmity of your people, your the deities in your realm.
Would
Um,
it? I think they mostly hate him too. I've got a good pulse on things, and honestly, New Asgard's much more powerful than Greece is now.
but we don't want to cause any waves in another person's realm. We
Yes,
would
that
get it
would be what Hercules did here. Just saying,
exactly.
just putting it out,
It's
I mean, so maybe, it's fine.
I turned to Torolf and I'm like, it's rude, right? It's rude.
I think it's rude that he came here, did what he did, and now we're having to clean up the mess. And now she's on my boat. I didn't invite her on my boat. Against it, wink at her. But I'm just saying, I think these Greek gods are a little bit rude. So let's be done with it.
Horolf, may I please come aboard your boat? Would you be my host, please?
Yes, of
Uh,
course. Yes. Come into the boat. You're the first
You,
one of any of these people to ask.
thank you very
words
much.
have meaning. It doesn't matter. Fine. It's fine. Guest rights. It's all good.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, of course. Were you
As a
thinking of
guest with
doing
you as
something?
my host, I demand that you give me Hercules as a gift.
I'm in agreement. I think this is fine.
Very well. She reaches her hand over towards
We
Hercules'
will
foot.
bring your gift to you.
Hmm. I
I'm going to
think,
sway her.
yeah, I think you need to sway her. Faux show.
And with all the numbers, I think, because I think I have all the numbers. Um, yeah, plus.
I
I want to
adore.
be. I want to be a gracious host and deliver the gift, the small gift that you requested, to Olympus for you, to your home.
That's great. Let's see how it goes.
I believe there was some half truths and outright lies in
Oh
that,
yeah, for sure. Yeah, you.
so I get to roll
I mean, you did
big
say
with
words out loud, so
yes. So yeah,
I just love that if you look on the Marvel wiki, there are stats for.
I got the absolute biggest number that you can possibly get because I
There's
don't think I
stats.
could get a +4 bonus on a roll.
Oh
So
wow, that's amazing.
Wow.
um,
Yeah, she was going to ask you to shave his head, but now you're just so good and so she. I think she reaches up and she like caresses your cheek.
the prettiest boy, yes.
You are the prettiest boy. I adore this idea. Yes, you're all
And you won't
bringing.
open your present before you get home, of course. By opening, I mean knives and poison and such.
Oh, oh, oh gosh, no. That's much too quick. Much too quick. That poison was supposed to give him agony for. Not that I gave him the poison, mind you.
Hey, who here hasn't poisoned Hercules? Truth.
That's true.
So I mean,
I feel a kinship with you, Ragnar.
I mean, you don't seem 1,000 miles off a trickster god. So,
Well, I would prefer that you deliver Hercules not to Olympus, but instead to the underworld.
You're not going to believe this. Hera, you're not going to believe this. Let us talk host to guest. Ignore those two. They can whisper to themselves. You're not going to believe this. That's what I said we should do.
I do believe that. I do.
I know a guy I can get us into hell in no problem. That's where you want hell?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Kind of, mostly. It's same neighborhood, like different houses in the same subdivision. Yeah, perhaps. Good enough.
You know what a subdivision is? That's wow. Yeah, I think we could do that, right? Right, comrades? Think of it. The Warriors Three traveling into the underworld of Hera. What people are you? Greek? The Greek underworld to deposit the foul, treacherous Hercules. Not a bad story.
I'm starting to like you a little more, Toro. I do still think you're a rude boy and you need to be
I think
spanked.
concurrent with this conversation, I would try and have another whispered conversation with Thea. So, like, this, hopefully, so
Have you
like
guys
while
like
they're
step up
talking,
to the upper deck or
yeah.
something?
Look, okay, I bought. Look, I bought time. I'm the one who kind of tricks people, confuses people. I don't have the end game. Hmm?
Um, well, no, we
What
don't
we do?
want to. It would be rude if we t did not do what Hera said. So I think we actually absolutely need to do that.
That gives
Um,
us at least some time to figure out alternate. I mean, do we want an alternative? I don't know.
um, as long as we deposit him where she would like, I think it's fine.
But I
But
feel like we're gonna get like if we do that, don't we just end up getting Zeus here with the same issue, except it's Zeus?
um, but I'm thinking, since you're so good at talking to people, what about if whenever we deposit him, we wake up Hercules and tell him that he did defeat the mighty foe of Thor. He just doesn't remember it. And um he was
River
punched.
Styx. That, that does that.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So, yeah.
Okay, turn back to whatever they're talking about.
Yeah, now that they've gone up, Hera moves like closer to you, total, like a little more
Perfect.
intimately close, and she puts a hand
Uh-huh.
on your chest.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you know, a rude boy. There's a song about that, and I do fancy myself a bit of something worthy of song. Uh,
Are
and
you a singer as well? Would you sing this to me, your rude boy song?
It is not my rude boy song. It is the lady Rihanna, I believe, but I will attempt it here. Come on, rude boy, can you get it up? Something like that. It goes on. It sounds different in the halls of the Warriors Three, but
Can
we
can
try.
you?
What?
She
You
moves
start
closer.
sweating.
She moves closer. Can you? Her
Of
hand
course,
trails along your side,
I'm so
down to your
strong. I
hip.
can. Yes, yeah, yeah. Total is he's sweating. He's blushing, but he can't help himself. He is of course talking of himself. I have the strongest. I can get anything up off the ground and anywhere it needs to
She
go.
moves in.
Um,
She's totally going to kiss you and like press herself against you while they're having their conversation. This has been
Wonderful.
This is great. The idea of being able to get what she's always wanted to happen to Hercules, and also possibly seducing you, you know, seems like a win-win in her book. Ragnar and Thea, you guys have your conversation. I think you come down and catch Torolf and Hera making out hot and heavy.
I'll go start the engine.
What does Thea do?
Thea's nonplussed, just kind of
Are you judgy
walks
about
down.
this?
No, I think saw this going on as expected, kind of in the background, and it is what it is. Toro paints his own way, so um, I'm trying to figure out. I think, yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to extricate ourselves from this family squabble, and you know, there's got to be a way that we can handle this. Specifically, I want to see if I can, I don't want us. We are not a courtly. I'm sorry, Torov and I are not a courtly group that, deals with the machinations of other pantheons. Um, Maybe it would be best if we brought someone else in who does, someone who would not, that it would be polite for us to bring in, but who um uh would help, what's the right word? Change the direction of who it looks like is responsible. So, but I'm not sure what to do there. Ragnar is starting the engine and driving the boat. Is that right?
It's a magic boat. Like, I think starting the engine is just a phrase for "I'm gonna make it go."
Yeah,
I
it's like
think it's
you
more a
hit the
phrase. This is uncomfortable. I'm don't want to look at
Ragnar's
this.
like, I gotta go see a man about a horse, and just walks to the
Yeah,
back of the boat.
it's the polite way of.
We have the
This
the
is.
boat lifts up and floats away from New Asgard. People taking pictures. One guy like doing a selfie with the boat in the background. And now you guys are off in the sky. So Thea, do you go down into the hold where they are making out?
No, I think I sit at the front of the boat. If I'm not mistaken, um, the boat kind of makes a little bit of its own rainbow bridge. Is that
Is that
right?
how we determined it, Cody? I'm cool if
It
that's what we
is
want.
it's a flying boat. I think it does. I think yeah. I think that it's got some. I think maybe that was paired with something else we did, but I'm happy with it
Oh,
being.
didn't you have like a piece of a tome of a like from the Masks game? There was like
Yeah, there's
the
man.
Bifrost to
The thing
Cog.
about comic books is they get so convoluted after a few
Uh-huh.
few
Yeah.
runs.
Yeah.
But yeah, this boat definitely has like a Bifrost crystal like in the prow or something, and
It
it
super
opens up for us.
does.
It's always had it too. You just didn't know about it in the first arc. It would have been way helpful if they had that, but
So I think that I'm meditating on, where we're going and what's going on, trying to figure out, a way to not get us in more trouble. I know
Cool.
Torolf is getting us in trouble in his own way, and Ragnar loves the trouble. So, yeah.
I think I'm just kind of one. It's a little bit weird seeing him make out with a god of Hera's stature, and two. Let's see where this leads.
Ragnar loves mess.
Yeah.
It's definitely messy, and
Mm.
that's undeniable. I am curious. It's the Bifrosticon. I found it. Yes, it was the Bifrosticon.
Perfect. Nailed it.
Actual Marvel thing. Bifrosticon. In fact, I've got sorry, I have to do it. I have to show the pic. Behold the Bifrosticon.
Yeah. Perfect. Yeah. So that's tucked onto the boat somehow. Love it.
Yep, exactly. That's how you travel between worlds. Where are you going, Ragnar? As someone as this group has foolishly and allowed you to steer the course.
Thea said we go to Hades, the underworld. Like said, it was it was a wise plan, and I mean, Turl having the same idea makes him start to doubt it, but
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
his respect for Thea's wisdom is greater than his disdain for Turl's ignorance. So off we go to Hades.
I
Okay.
think you need to bend fate.
Um, I also have something I want to do on the trip.
Ooh.
Will that happen before I bend some fate?
It can happen during
Yeah.
while we're traveling
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
Well, my bending of fate might end up really badly. We don't know where we're going, so
That's perfectly fine too.
okay. Well, I will be fine with that going first. That's with weird, and my weird is 2, so not bad. Reroll submitted. Selected. A 9.
A 9
A
on.
boon and a bane.
Yeah, a boon and a bane. One of the boons you can get is your gift does something beyond its normal limits. So let's see. On a 7 to 9, choose one boon and a bane. So you're wielding the supernatural forces of fate. You're trying to travel between worlds. So it's not a gift. Yeah, that's a weird move for what I'm having you do, but that's fine. We're gonna squint and make it work. So
Um, my boon will be squinting and changing one of those boons to successfully getting to Hades.
sure. Your
Okay.
gift does something beyond its normal limits. It's
Yeah.
normally this thing lets you fly,
And I've
and
got some transporty magic myself, so I'm not
oh,
normally able to.
here we go. You could, if you want, you could say that this Bifrost bridge doesn't travel just the 9 worlds. But if you push it to do something beyond its normal limits, it could actually go to the Greek underworld, which is another
Yeah.
house in the subdivision of the afterlife, per Hera's description.
And I can't not choose something bad finds you. I just physically can't choose anything other than that. So something bad finds us. Well, us. We're a team. It doesn't find just me. It finds us.
Yeah, I do think that
Or it might just find me.
works. That works a lot. Cool. You were doing a thing, Thea.
Yeah. So I think Thea's contemplating, how do we make sure that we don't get involved in too much politics from the Greek pantheon, which she's not as familiar with, but maybe she can find someone who is familiar with it. And her little bit of knowledge of the Greek pantheon is that in the past, Hercules has been helped by Athena. So I'd like to track down Athena.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to send one of my pets and reveal in a very Ragnar fashion um, where we are going with Hercules and who sent us there. Something along the lines of, Steven's not good at coming up with clues, but, you know, the, you know, Mother of the Gods is sending, he who she does not favor to the realm of the underground, something like that. So just to pass along. So let's see if I think I'm going to see if I can track down Athena.
Okay.
Okay. And that is so here's a question. Um is Hercules important to to Athena. Um, if I have something important to the quarry, it helps me track them down.
Annoying little brother.
Okay.
That is who Hercules is to Athena.
Okay. So probably important. Let me
Yeah.
roll those dice. They rolled for me. Did they roll for y'all?
Let's see, a 5 and a 4.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
You have a
So
2 in judgment, so that is
yeah,
an 11.
yes. And I think that's what happens is I send Sindri, um, and I'm sitting at the prow of the boat, and finally I'm like, I'm not sure what I'm going to do. And I lean over and I tell Sindri, um, go find Athena. And I whisper in Sindri's ear, here, here's some words to say. And um, Sindri actually can communicate in my native tongue
Ah,
and
cool.
is fully sapient. And the tracker move says if you have an animal companion, it can track while I'm doing something else. So while I'm headed
Nice.
there, the Sindri can go off and basically, you know, uh, provide us complete deniability. I'm sure you will love this, Ragnar. Um, that complete deniability. We were here the whole time. I don't know how Athena found out.
Nice. You never left. That's delightful. And you trust that Sindri, your good dog slash wolf, will find Athena. I'm curious. I'm gonna throw this out to whoever has the idea. How do we see the Bifrosticon, which creates the Bifrost Bridge, the Rainbow Bridge, upon which what is the name, Cody? What's the name of your bananas boat? Your crazy boat? I know you had a cool ass name for it. Do you
Yeah, and it's
remember?
not a banana boat. I don't know if that's clear.
Oh, are you sure it's not? Okay, your bananas, your crazy boat. Well,
It is a named thing. It's going to be impossible to find now because of Baldur's Gate, but it's Baldur the
oh, I
god
found it.
has a
I found it. I found it. I found it. Sorry, I had
okay.
the. Is that it?
Yeah, yes. The Skithblethnir. Yeah.
Skidbladnir. Yay! I'm so glad that I found it. Yay! So the Skidbladnir. Oh, we see this little rainbow bridge ahead of it as it traverses through the air and the
What
worlds.
if the Rainbow Bridge is less like a bridge and it looks like rainbow water, like a rainbow
Oh,
waterway?
nice. That's cool. How does it shift or turn to indicate, oh, it's doing something unusual when Ragnar guides it into the Greek worlds? Do we
Sorry.
see like the colors invert? Do we see the water freeze? What what's our like visual cue that tells the audience, oh, this is not normal where the boat is going now?
Mhm. I think I think we're kind of like we're traveling along that beam of light, but it kind of darkened and like shattered, and so it almost like flying through an asteroid field of broken rainbow bridge ish thing, and we're kind of spinning through it rather than like gliding nicely in one direction. So
That's
it's
wicked.
more kind of occasionally like smashing through these giant shards. Yeah,
Cosmic shards and stuff. Like,
cosmic shards. Yes.
Almost like icebergs or chunks of ice.
Yeah, it's like going through
yeah,
like the tail of a comet, but rainbow.
that's wicked. I love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
we're
Yeah.
kind of
And
spinning through it. Like we're going in one direction, but you know, forward on the ship is yeah.
I think Sindri leaps off just before it shifts into this. Well, no, I guess it would be smarter for it to wait until it's permeating the worlds or in that past the penumbra, as it were, the middle space, the liminal space between the two pantheons. Then there is a hard shift out of that middle space into a splashdown on the river Styx. Uh, you guys glide past this ferry boat with a skeletal guy who's got about 6 people on the boat with him, and he looks and watches you guys just skim past. And then might I remind you that Ragnar's move and Alex's choice is why this is happening.
You can thank me later.
Total, you and Hera. I mean, is this an incredible experience for you? Is this your heart's desire, or is it just really great?
You know, I think it's an incredible experience for Total. He always likes mixing it up with the gods. It makes him feel a little important as well. Also, being honest, it feels like he feels like it's like he's getting one over on Hercules too. So it's kind of toxic in what he's doing. But
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
he's fine with it. He's like, you know what? If she doesn't like him, I like her a lot. So
Nice.
yeah,
And you guys are
Total's
like
having a great
right
time.
beside the unconscious Hercules, and he's slowly
Yeah.
like he's starting to wake up. You think, but maybe we don't. You know, we don't worry so much about that because Hera keeps drawing your attention. Uh, and then there is from the side of the boat. Oh, by the way, Alex, if you could please pronounce the name of the
Oh,
craft.
okay. I mean, it's
Got
gonna
his
be a
ass.
okay. I'm gonna try.
It's okay.
It'll
It's okay.
be
No, I'm
she blah unia. The
Shibladnia.
eyes would be an e sound. The sk would be a sh sound. The I mean, we don't have that in modern Norwegian, that specific letter. But I mean, I'm kind of it's gonna either be an or a sound. Again, they're difficult ones for yeah.
Okay, cool.
Make
And
of
of
that
course,
what
in
you
the
will.
MCU, they just call
Yeah,
it skids.
yeah.
Exactly. We're lazy
Yeah, yeah.
in the MCU.
Yeah.
Mew mew. Yes, that's good. Thank you very much. I'm sorry, Alex. I just was curious how that would go. Skids. Yeah, you guys are having fun. Todolf, you and Hera. Perhaps there could be more than just.
I think there is,
It's
obviously. I mean,
obviously
this is how the stories go, you know.
been love. Suddenly, the side of the hold, like the wooden wall, erupts forward, and this bronze talon, uh, humongous, like the size of a man, pierces the side of the aforementioned thing that Alex said that the ship is called. And it comes over Hercules, you and Hera, uh, and like slams into the floor. Wood uh erupts from where the talon has pierced into it. Um, Ragnar, Thea, uh, the wolf is gone. You guys are there. The ship is gliding along the river Styx. You see, you're passing some kind of ancient village with a bunch of souls of folks who've not quite made their way through to the underworld. You see the gates of Hades on the eastern side ahead of you, and then boom, everything stops, and you're like jerked forward as the ship is held fast and then starts to sink. You see something pull you. Well, you don't see. You feel something pulling you straight down. Uh, what do you do?
I know I caused this through my choice of moves, but I turn into a bird.
Well, you're fine then.
And it may be hard to read a bird's expression, but there is some guilt in that expression.
It is a guilty bird.
Yes. Um, it's yeah. I turn into a raven and I kind of circle the boat, kind of, and try and take in what's happening.
Awesome. There is a gigantic bronze automaton that is trying to pull. I mean, it is gargantuan. It is a titan-sized thing. You can see that it has these humongous ruby eyes and a bronze skull that looks like it's always smiling. And you hear the clicking and clacking of all of its huge gears as the hand is pulling the ship down into the watery depths. Let's cut to Thea. What are you do? You knew this was going to happen because Ragnar. You didn't know exactly this was going to happen.
I think the first thing I do is I yell down into the cabin where Tolf and Hera are, and I say, Torolf, you're up. There's your boat is under siege. And I think, what am I gonna do? I think I pull out my bow, but I'm waiting for uh Torolf to join in the battle. And this is a giant bird, mechanical bird, is that right?
No, it's like a mechanical Titan man.
Oh, it's a
It's
huge
an
man.
automaton. Yeah,
Okay.
who is completely underwater and is starting to rise up. Like you see his
Like with,
face,
but with like
crest.
claws.
Yeah, with claws. Sorry,
Yeah,
that's where the bird probably felt
Oh,
like,
yeah.
but that
okay.
was his claw-like hand.
I see.
That was a
Oh.
finger
Mhm.
of 5.
All right. Turtle holds up a finger to Harry and says, "One moment, my lady. I have things to attend to." And he grabs the axe of the crucible, runs up, and dives overboard, bringing the axe, and he's going to swing it right into the Titan's face. He's diving. He's skydiving down to the Titan's face, and he's going to crash that gem
Sweet.
eye or
Yeah, the
whatever the hell
face
you
is
said.
coming up out of the water as
Yeah.
you're coming down. We totally have like a 300 moment of slow-mo there as you're heading towards
Exactly.
axe overhead. I love this. This is amazing. Um, I would like to see you smite your enemies.
Yeah.
And
And
you're
here,
going to be rolling with face disfavor because the axe of the crucible. So good
Okay.
luck.
So here's a question I have. Um, I have trusted advisor, which is I can provide aid through ideas or insight instead of physical actions.
Hmm.
Would that be me telling Torolf that he needs to defend his ship?
For sure.
Awesome.
If you give something specific, it of course feels the flavor's nice.
The only issue is that breaks the surprise of Torolf jumping over the side because I
True,
don't
true,
think I
true.
would
So
have
let's
said
just
that.
go with it.
So,
Yeah, let's just.
okay.
Yeah, I like it.
And I do aid with Fate's favor. So that is, let me find the roller. That's 3d6, so I need one more.
And you
And
drop one in before you roll it, if I remember correctly, is how you've historically done it.
oh yeah. So I'm going to re-roll these 3. So that is a 10 total,
Nice.
which
Okay.
lets me choose one.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I think that is probably I think they can get a +2 to their roll. Is that right?
Nice. Yes, that's one of
And
the options you can choose.
trusted advisor is an additional +1, so you get +3. You better be good.
all right. Well, we'll see. It should be fine, even with I got some. So you're giving me
Fate's
+3.
disfavor. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I have smiting my enemies. That's a +3. So I got +6, but I got Fate's Disfavor. We'll see how it goes. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to add a die first, and then I will roll the 3. So I
I
have
want to
one,
see. I want
two,
to see this on
three.
screen. Here we go. Re-roll them.
All right, here it comes. Reroll selected.
Wow.
Okay.
That's actually
So
a
I'm getting a
really
12.
incredible roll. That is,
Actually, a 3 plus. I'm getting like a 15 or something. A 5 and a 4.
yes.
Thea's giving me +3. I'm giving +3. You've never seen. I'm coming off the top belt. I'm flying down into the Titan space. I'm bringing the axe of the Crucible, brother.
And yeah, I think that's a godlike result.
I think it damn well better be.
I think it
Um,
is.
all of the options. I exchange harm. I protect myself. I crush them. I gain an advantageous position. I make an opening for an ally. I take something from my enemy. You know what I take from him? My boat. You know what I do? I get inside that gem. I break it apart. I'm stomping around in there. I make a big old hole for Thea to shoot an arrow into. It's getting wild down here, brother.
That is godlike. On 13 plus, you select all the options from the list. So you exchange harm, protect yourself, crush them, gain an advantageous position, make an opening for an ally, and take something from your enemy. That's off the charts. That is so great. Yeah, you crash through one of the eyes. You end up in the automaton's brain. You make an opening for Thea with her farsight to do whatever it is she will. Uh, that is amazing. The thing is going to have a very bad rest of its existence, I think. Thea, this automaton is dealing with a Torolf in its head, and it is an easy shot for you. What do you wish to do?
I think I first lean over to Hera, who's come up from below decks, and kind of nod, towards, the hole that Torof left. And I'm like, you know, there's your boy. Um, and yeah, I think I'll just take an epic. Uh, I'll just, I'm gonna try and shoot it.
Okay.
Um, I have an epic range. I'm gonna use one shot. Um, hmm. You have to have committed a morally repugnant crime. Um, I think attacking our boat might be a stretch for that. So I think I'm just going to shoot it.
Okay.
Okay. So that is, let me find the move.
Smite your enemy.
It is prowess. So let me move one dice off. Reroll those two. That is a 9. -1 is an 8.
Okay. Did you take in the +1 you got from
Oh,
Torolf?
I did not. So that's still a 9. Yeah.
Ooh, so close. So very close. Choose one from the list below.
Yeah. So I think um I'll exchange harm.
Cool. Torolf's already chosen, take something from your enemy, the boat. So it has dropped the boat. So it's like floated back up now at this point, right before you took your shot. So you don't need to worry about that. There is water rushing in the hole that it made. Um, and we see Hercules down there with the water rushing around, and he's slowly trying to wake up, but not. Will he drown? I don't know. Those are the stakes, friends. But yeah, Thea, this thing is still pretty stout, and it is going to harm you if you choose to exchange harm.
Yeah.
Ragnar drops to the deck and glances over the staring Hercules, but one problem at a time. And I would like to pull out something that's not 100% correct for the job, but would plug the hole in some way,
Uh-huh.
stop the ship from taking water.
I'd like to see it. Did you make your choice clear? I'm sorry, Steven. It wasn't clear to me which choice on Smite Your Enemies you took.
Yes. Exchange harm.
Okay, cool. So the harm that you do is how much?
I was just looking for that. It's an epic bow, and I have a name, but I don't see the damage.
Let's look in. I think in the basic moves, I have harm stuff from equipment. Yes. So down on row 47, column C is
Ah,
a listing of how the weapons work.
so it'd be 4 because it's an epic weapon.
Yup. 4 harm. That is
Yeah.
a lot of harm. What
Thank you.
part of this automaton falls or is destroyed?
I think what we see is we see this arrow, arc around and go into the hole that Torov uh made in the head. And then we see this blast of gears and detritus come out the other side and kind of shower down back into the water.
Nice. And then the functioning ruby eye. I'm thinking Torals took out the right eye. Functioning ruby eye like turns and feet. We hear the sound effect for a laser because movies, MCU. And you are shot by a laser for 3 harm.
3 harm. Fantastic. Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's how
Now
tough we are, Rich. Thank you. May we have another?
I know, so impressive, very, very impressive. Ragnar, you've landed on the deck. This thing is now standing up, like it stood up, and now the water is up to its hips. It towers above you many stories, and Torolf is still in his head. It looked down and fired onto the ship near you as you land and hit Thea. What do you wish to do, Ragnar? I don't think this thing's going to have a conversation with you. So I think you're basically screwed.
I think Ragnar knows what he's good at and what he's not. And um is Turov like in view?
Yeah,
Can I
yeah,
see
you can
Turov?
see him in there. Like occasionally silhouette, occasionally we've CGI'd to make it look like Toral's face, like smiling at you or something. It's just
Yeah. I give him like a little thumbs up while and I try and fix the ship. They've got this.
oh, that's totally heroic in its own way. I kind of dig that. I like that. Perform under pressure. Do something while the heat is on.
Well, I'm going to pull something out of my jacket. Something
Uh-huh.
that will, the "oh, you mean this skate key." It's not the 100% correct thing for fixing a broken boat. But do we have any suggestions of what I could?
A huge thing of great stuff is the first thing that comes to my mind. Um, anyone out there? Please, someone has to have better ideas than that. Silly putty? No. What's a great thing for not perfect for fixing a boat?
Maybe. I mean, yeah. So honestly, you said silly putty, and that took everything over. I'm like,
I'm
yeah, it's a
sorry.
giant thing of like Play-Doh or ooze. But yeah,
Oh, okay. It's it's not been that long ago that I last saw Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, so it's gonna be chewing gum.
Yes.
Big glob of chewing gum. I mean, obviously, I have to chew it first, and I am heroically chewing that gum while you know, deal with other things.
That's hilarious.
I need a flavor. What's by the way?
Oh, Steven, what's the flavor of this?
Grape.
Nice.
Grape.
And it's actually you're just holding a green stick of gum so that we can find the right, meaning most lucrative advertiser of gum, and then we're going to
right.
CGI on that gum
Yes.
product placement
And
there.
it's quadruple bubble. You know, it's
Mm.
not double bubble, baby. This is double bubble. It's crazy.
I mean, my jaw is getting tired, so think
Man,
I'm
about
just
that
glad
when
I'm glad to hear you
everyone
putting the work in, Ragnar.
makes their sacrifices. That's delightful. Cool. Now it's gonna do a thing. It's let go of the boat. Um, Total, if you're in its head, it is going to punch its head really hard, which is going to harm it and also harm you. What do you wish to
It
do?
will try. I wish to. This is exactly what I was going for. It's fallen right into my trap. So I'm going to kind of, I'm going to make a lot of noise in one side of his head, and then I'm going to dive out the eyeball and get free of the head as it blasts through its own noggin.
That's amazing. I think you need to perform under pressure.
You got it. All right. Rolling plus metal. Okay, what is my metal? My metal is probably not good. All right,
So
one. Okay.
one, come on.
Yeah. Question: am I still using the axe of the crucible for this maneuver?
The axe of the crucible has disappeared.
Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. Well, let me get rid of one of those dice then. Oh boy. Not my beloved axe. Okay, so I'm rolling 2 plus 1. I get a 4. Oops, I got a 1, a 4, plus 1 is a 6.
Hmm. Oh, are you guys keeping track of doubles? Because we can't go back in history like before. Those double sixes you rolled. Um, don't forget that's a thread for that. I think that's the only double I remember. I know that's the only
I've just
double I
got a
remember.
question.
Yes.
Is Turulf explaining this strategy as he enacts it? Any chance?
No, because this one
Ah,
I was gonna do that before your turn. I was gonna be like, oh, here's what'll happen. But no. This one he's relying on the Titan not knowing. Here's the thing, right? Torolf is in his mind, but he doesn't want him to know what he's doing. So
It's a miss. It's a miss. So I
yeah,
think,
it's
you make a bunch of noise, you're waiting to jump, and the thing it shifts, and then the hand comes out and catches you.
no.
And he flings you far, far away. Like he flings you into that village with all the lost souls that couldn't make their way into basically couldn't pay to enter. Um, right. Said it was on the right hand side, so they're on the left hand side. They can't cross the river Styx. There's this entire village of lost souls. So he throws you over there, and you like crash through a bunch of makeshift stone huts and uh, tents, and it's several eons worth of places people could possibly erect to live in based on the technology they understood before they died. Ragnar, Thea, you both witness this, and then you hear Hera say, "Oh, what a shame." I guess it's the Warriors too now.
I hate doing heroic stuff, and I think I might go and try and save him.
Ooh. It's gonna bird up and get over.
Little tiny bird flies into the air before switching. I mean, it does not say size of animal, so I mean, let's see what the carrying capacity of an albatross is.
Sweet. So you're gonna try to albatross over
Yeah.
and save total from people. Awesome. Thea, this automaton has dispatched the person who's doing the most damage to it, but you are also there. Uh, it is now reaching for the boat with both of its hands and its one good eye fixed on one of you standing on the deck.
Yeah. I think it hurt me pretty bad, so I think I'm now going to uh one shot.
Ooh.
Okay. And let me roll that. That is plus. I think it's still plus prowess. So let me roll that. Okay, that is a 6 minus 1 is a 5.
Okay, that is.
But with one shot, I treat a 6 minus as a 7 and 9 result.
Yep, you sure do.
I do. Um, and the one thing, let's see, if I have an epic ranged weapon, I can choose to restrain the target instead of exchanging harm. So
Hmm.
I think this arrow goes in and um uh hits a cog, and basically, we see the gears kind of stop grinding against that arrow. They're not turning anymore, and the automaton kind of freezes and is restrained.
That's wild. I love it. Yeah, so you are able to. How much harm did you take? Yes, that's a great question. That would be three. It's a massive, an epic throw, but not like you smash. You just got thrown a really long way. Kill most people. Annoy Torolf, I think. But there's something more coming up for you, Torolf, before Ragnar arrives to save you. Thea, you are able to freeze the automaton. Uh, Hera casually pulls like out of nowhere. Maybe she's been watching the Highlander TV show because she just pulls out this scepter with a lotus at the tip, and she casually just kind of flips it like that, and a pride of lions leap from the lotus tip of the scepter, bound across the boat, and all leap onto the automaton, and it falls into the river Styx. And then she says, may we continue on?
Um, I think we need to make sure that our the rest of our crew rejoins us. Give us just one moment.
I've I think 'cause I've got an advance or whatever it's called to take.
Mm-hmm.
I might take for the swarm from the Verdant, um, because I think even at one albatross would struggle to carry Torolf, but a swarm of stuff with an albatross.
Sweet. So Torolf, you smash through a stone hut, tumble through several tents, and before Ragnar the albatross shows up, these people with this like pallid skin, several of them with missing eyes, limbs, they're reaching for you. Look, he's whole. Look how perfect he is. And there's dozens of them, and they're reaching, they're trying to pull off your arms. One of them reaches for your face. One's trying to pull your nose. Um, they're they're not individually strong, but there are a lot of them. What do you do?
Total. He holds up his hands and he says, hold on now. One moment. Hold on. No, not that pot. I need that. If you'll stop, come, help me fight that. Give you all the whatever you need to cross. I'll build you the boat. I'll take you over myself. Please, no, please stop. Don't do that. I think he's gonna. I think he wants to try and make a deal with these guys.
Amazing. You're trying to sway them to not tear you apart, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. And you're
All right.
promising to take them across. That's your promise.
Yes, my original thought was that Torolf would offer to have because they can't afford to cross, so they get stuck here. And he's like, "Hey, I'll give you a bunch of gold and you can cross." But I don't think Torolf actually knows that that's why those people are stuck there. So he's like, "I'll get you across." So yeah, he's promising them to give him a ride in the boat. He'll ferry for a bit. No big deal. No big deal. All right. I'm rolling my sway is actually +2 because of I have 2 off, so 2 dice +2. Here we go. Oh, that didn't work. Reroll selected. Oh, did it change for you guys? I got the same exact result. If that's what it is, that's what it is.
Well, last roll 5. So I think that is still the last roll. So we're good. Do you see where it says last roll 5, room total 22, token 0?
Yep, there. Yep.
That's where
Cool.
you can tell
Yeah,
if your roll actually took, or at least that's how I
actually
usually
took.
do it.
Okay, that makes
Uh,
sense. Well, a 5 plus a 2 is 7.
that's good. For 79, they'll do it, but they demand the price. And yeah, if you pay it, They pause. Yes, we can go to the. Yes, you will accompany us. You swear?
I won't necessarily accompany you, but I'll take you over, and you can get off, and then
No,
I'll.
no, we need a god like you to accompany us to the gates.
I'm not a god, actually. Uh, this is embarrassing, but I'm not a god. But I travel in circles with some demigods. They're pretty powerful. They'll tag along. It'll be fine.
This woman with like hair just barely clinging to her scalp looks at the others with her pallid gray eyes. Then your friends will come and make sure we gain entry to the underworld. Since you are
Yeah.
unworthy.
Yes. Yes.
Now an
They'd like to
albatross
help.
shows up with a
Yeah,
swarm.
albatross noise,
I'm pretty sure
and
that's a
then
bad omen if they
and
die.
then I kind of land awkwardly in next to you. Right, you're not punching them.
Ragnar, you're gonna love this.
Oh,
He's the god who will help us get over there.
One of them reaches
I'll
up,
Loki,
help
pats
the
you.
god.
them get out of.
They just need a trip across the river. We're going that way anyway. It's
They
fine.
didn't
Not a
have
big
the
deal.
gold for the. I would be like reaching into a pocket, trying to pull out things like your fifth card for your fifth coffee free. That's already got all the stamps for and other things of
Turtle hears you mention that they don't have the
a
gold. They just kind of look
1970s
around.
New York subway token. Uh,
That might help. That's terrible. You're denied because you don't have the money to get across. What kind of afterlife is this place? You know, in my place, if you fight and die, you'll go to a better place than this. Perhaps if you fight in this guy, you can go there.
are
One
you
of
put
them
Oh, this
what,
already
one
is
of
a
them's
deal.
heads turned at an odd angle and he says, I slipped and fell in the bathtub. Is that a battle? Can I lose the battle to the bathtub?
I hear the kids say that sometimes they're fighting for their lives in the bathroom, so I'd say yes. It seems like a thing.
Yeah, that's bananas. They're petting you, Albatross Ragnar.
I'm turning
Oh,
back
oh,
to
you
you, man.
shifted back up because you did the
Yeah,
subway token and all that stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, yeah, these guys are no longer like if you have skids come across and they can all board onto skids, they are no longer a problem. Hera might have a problem.
Uh, I look at the crowd and look at the size of the boats.
It's gonna be tight.
Fine, fine, we'll make it work. I we can get all these into the Greek underworld. Yeah,
All of
sure.
them, easily. They
I
kind of
mean,
phase together if you're not looking directly at them.
I
We
mean,
we cut to the gangplank down, this huge bubble gum sized thing in the hole as they're walking two by two up onto skids. Hera is by you, Thea. She's watching this. This is a terrible idea. Hades is
yeah,
going to be quite
I'm
cross.
sorry. I, he was literally alone for like 10 seconds before I got there. I'm sorry. And yeah.
Oh, my rude boy. What am I going to do with you? Oh, let's go under. And but then there are a bunch of the dead folk there, and she's like, "Oh, I'm losing. I've lost my mood. I think I have a
They
headache."
really do kill the mood of it, don't they? But it's fine. We're all gonna get over there.
Rude
Wait,
boy,
where's Hercules?
I am the goddess of marriage. I do think we should get married. As the skit is heading towards, there's a three-headed dog. As you guys are talking about marriage below decks, Ragnar, Thea, there's a
Mm-hmm.
three-headed dog that does not want to let you gain entry. How are you dealing with that?
You're good with dogs, right? I
Oh,
say to Thea.
yeah, yeah, but just my dog. So I think. Oh,
Okay. I will put my hands together. Good dog? Definitely with a question mark on the end.
Three huge, like massive heads growl at you. The hair stands up on the back of its neck, and it starts barking in this weird three-part chorus.
We have payment. We got the payment. I'm just pulling things out of my pockets.
One of the
Anything
dogs stops
than that,
barking and
yeah.
peers and then growls like,
Yeah.
nah, it's not good enough.
Fake
You're still worth keeping.
Rolexes, nothing that's actually a gold coin.
Amazing. Yeah, I think that Cerberus will leap onto the boat, planning on just destroying it and you guys because you're not supposed to be here. And that's the perfect time for us to take our mid-game bio break. It's not really mid-game, but that's where we'll do it.
Yep.
And we're back. So last that had happened is that Cerberus leapt up on, like, onto the boat, probably superhuman strength of some kind to be able to leap that high up into the air. Teeth gnashing, dog comes crashing down, massive, 10 feet, huge, heads biting and gnashing, lost souls, judging them unworthy and trying to tear them. What is it? Harris, Serby. Uh, Thea, what do you do?
Um, I think Thea is going to wade in to get close to Cerberus and try to calm it the way she would Sindri.
That's bold. I adore this and want to see it happen. I think you should perform under pressure.
Ooh, okay.
That seems like the kind of thing that fits.
It could be that or it could be sway. I
It
don't know what
could
the
be
what
sway.
did the sway thing say? They accept your argument but demand some kind of price. I don't think that really fits. So, and I think that perform under pressure might add some gradient that would be good. So that is plus metal. You roll my 2d6. So reroll selected. I got an 11 on the dice.
Ooh,
That's a 12 total.
that is a 12 total. And on a 12 total with performing under pressure, you get it done. No problem. What does soothing Cerberus look like?
Um, it's interesting. It's one of those things that we see. Cerberus is going after some of the uh, uh, poor people who couldn't make it across, and it's kind of thrashing at them. And I think I walk up and I reach out and I grab under the head. I kind of grab the jowls and kind of pull it up to look at me, and then I start scratching right underneath that chin, right there. And the other two heads, I think, kind of swivel around and look at me, and I reach over with another hand and start scratching that one. And the two of them, kind of start lolling their head a little bit. And then I'm like, who's a good boy? And then I also do that for the third head. But you can't really tell as you watch, as the camera swings around, where that third arm came from. It's just swapping off. And it's like, how is this happening? Because I'm used to Sindri being a little bit uh needy at times. Yeah.
That's great. I love it. That is exactly how you defeat Cerberus, and evidently convinced that it's a good enough dog to let these poor, unfortunate souls disembark from skids to head towards the gates of the underworld. Seeing all this happen, Hera says, "Huh, that went much better than I expected. Torolf, my little rude boy, will you be a doll and carry Hercules for me. He's so heavy and you're so strong. She squeezes your arm.
I do the same.
Of course, I would do that. Yes.
I use the same trick. Little different wording, but it works.
Oh, you two are intimately involved, Ragnar?
Nah.
No. Well, no. Anyways.
Oh, no. You pick Hercules up into your arms. I don't want to fight the Nemean lion. As you start carrying him down the gangplank, the gates of the underworld have opened, the souls are being allowed entry, and Thea, you are the first to sense this coming. As though the gates are here, you guys are walking towards the gates. You hear a crack of thunder. You think, oh, Thor, but not Thor. As a woman ascends, she like flies down. She's wearing this very regal looking helmet and a shield and a spear, a long robe. Her helm is crested, and she has a snake trimmed. Her shield is adorned with like the monstrous vision of a snake-haired woman, and she lowers and interposes herself, Torolf, between you and the entry into the underworld. And she says, no.
And I turn to Hera and I'm like, what just, can't you keep your companions, your friends in line? I mean,
stepdaughter. Ugh.
Oh, you get a look from Ragnar, like appreciation, like craftsman to craftsman. That's yeah.
Rude boy, you can put Hercules down as you fight Athena. I'll watch over him. Thank you.
Or we could discuss this now that all parties are here.
Yes, I don't know who you are, splendid armored woman. I'm just here to drop this man on that side of the fence. He's gone. You can do whatever you wish with him afterwards if you're here to claim vengeance. I'm sure he's a bit of a bastard.
Once he gains entry into the underworld, he will be unable to leave, and I cannot allow that to happen. Hera, what have you done with these three little oafs to cajole them into this unwise option? I don't want to have to slay them. This could cause an event. Hera says, well, then don't slay them. They're just taking Hercules to the underworld. He's dead, basically. I think this is no. We both know that's not true.
Why don't I just draw a little door? I'll step through.
I won't step through.
We'll step. It's a bit harder, but fine. And then this is guilt-free. Not our problem anymore.
And we don't want to get in the middle of family spats. I mean, Torolf?
Well, there was a chance this was about to be my family, and that's just something we need to consider.
What about
Athena's face, like kind of just shock, and she looks to Hera, and Hera's, Zeus is dead. I am the goddess of marriage. I should be married. I am a widow now. It is terrible.
Turlf, think about what's her name. What's her name? The one you keep talking about. I don't listen. But you've said it. I'm sure you've said her name a lot of times. So I'm assuming she's important.
The list goes on, really, Ragnar. But maybe it's time for me to settle down and take my rightful place as if I'm just really quickly, if I was to marry you, would I become a god?
Oh, no.
Okay, that's probably fine.
I could bestow some of my power unto you. You could be a marriage enforcer hunting
All
down
right,
divorcees.
something of a mediator. That's not bad. Not really what I'm interested in, though.
I'm not terribly into mediation. I'm more into spiteful jealousy and vengeance. Just so we're clear.
Interesting. Interesting. I like it to be amicable personally. So that's maybe we just,
You ever seen
continue
48
dating for a little
Hours when they
while.
they trap the predators? That is, I thought of that. That's mine. That's
All
my
right,
whole
I'm
thing.
gonna put him here, I guess. Hercules, you can go there. I give him a kick, and um,
Ugh.
you, uh, uh, Hera, call me.
No, I think we've agreed to this. I think we're technically married. I, being the goddess of marriage, can say that.
No, I didn't agree. That's not
Husband,
true.
will you please fight Athena for me? And Athena slaps her spear onto her shield, when she's turned to the side. You see the face of the Gorgon start to move, the snakes writhe, and then her eyes flash underneath her helmet. Yes, come, come, Torolf. I've always wanted to kill someone that Hera adores, other than my father, of course, because I love him. I would never say that aloud.
Right. Well, as your potential stepfather, I don't think you should do this. And also, I don't think we're married because we haven't consummated it, and that's like an important part. I'm pretty sure. We need to get. Let me go here. Is that doorway still open?
I haven't drawn the door yet. You keep talking.
You've been doing, Ragnar? I've been eating up
The
so
dead
much
people,
time.
all the dead, they're like quickly moving around a wide swath, trying to move around Athena, like checking in, like, are we cool? Are we cool? We're getting out, getting into the underworld. They're running, they're excited. There's a bunch of people that have like an undead party, uh, afterlife party, kind of, afterlife party going on in the underworld. Some of them are invited. Come on, guys. Though, the moment you
Yeah.
step into the underworld, you're Hades property.
I'm giving polite no thanks to them as they pass. Just like, yeah, you go, you guys, you crazy kids have fun.
Hera says, we'll fight side by side, husband. Love of my life, and then we'll consummate like bunnies. Come on.
I'm definitely drawing the door now.
Scepter with Lotus appears from nowhere. It's just, come. Shall we fight side by side? I will bequeath upon you an epic weapon that you may use to slay Athena. I've always hated her. Athena says, oh,
Hmm.
well, mutual.
Hmm. This is tough because I think this sounds a lot like a lot of fun, and Torf's into that,
I,
but it does feel like it's a bad idea.
if you need some fiction or mechanical help, Ragnar steps up and puts both hands on Turtle's shoulders. They're pretty wide. Look, I'm your friend, and this is a bad idea. This is not a good idea. I'm not talking about the fight. That will be bad. I'm sure
Yes, I sense that.
I'm sure you would have done wonderfully. You would have done. You would have been amazing. You would. I. It's like it's not even a question, is it? Really? But that marriage to Hera.
Yeah, it seems awfully sudden, doesn't it?
I remember a girl called Hilda.
Hildy, yes, yeah.
Hildy.
Well, she's figured things out, though. It's
And
different. It's not the same between us.
and
But
every time I see Hildy and I see her glance at you, I can that love there, the yearning that is just I'm sure just held back by your status. You're a warrior three. You need to
They
making a
follow
lot of
that.
As this conversation's going on,
There may be half truths or outright lies in what Ragnarok say. So
such a mix. Who even knew? That
yeah,
in your mind you hear a voice that you recognize as Athena's voice, and Athena says to you, Althea, Farseer, I'm sure you are aware of this, but just in case, Hera is going to poison Ragnar if Torolf denies her, and she will only cure Ragnar if Torolf fights me. I will kill Torolf, and as punishment, let Ragnar die. So you should best do something.
shall I roll my sway of
Sure, you
to my
should.
death?
Hey, by the way, Thea, you now realize this is the dark future Torolf has come to.
I was just say, do I get the godlike stats as just it's do I need something specific to unlock a godlike on a 13 plus, or does that just
It's is
not?
there a thing where you have to choose? I think it's
Oh, anyway,
you have to advance, so you have to have five advances and then advance moves to a godlike status. Uh, three of them with one advance, two with the other. It's a whole thing. Why do you wanna? What do you
oh,
want?
it's that. Anyway, I'm given a 13 level
Oh, doubles! You roll doubles.
argument, and it doubles. Yes, so there's a powerful urge to follow, but it is always.
I kind of love that 13 plus though. All members of your band gain a thread, take +1 ongoing while in pursuit of your plan. Is that I let's just say that happens. I don't know why we always hide godlike because getting a 13 plus is freaking hard. But yeah,
Anyway,
that's cool.
the gist of it is don't. Let's go.
You make a compelling argument, Ragnar, and honestly, I don't know where my head's at today. I'm sorry, Hera. Perhaps we can pick this up another time. Athena,
And I will step
call
in
me.
between. I'll step in and basically talk to Hera directly.
Oh, just a moment, Thea. I understand. I accept that, Torolf. Ragnar, shall we shake? And she's offering her hand to you. And we see like a little glowy
Yeah.
green magic thing.
And I think I step up and say, no, you should really listen to me now because because, I don't know that it would be best if your rude boy ended up doing your work for you, um, especially with such an audience from the rest of your pantheon. That might make you look weak. And this is my intention here is a distraction or interruption of her poisoning
Mm-hmm.
Ragnar, or distraction for Ragnar to make the box to make the gate, or something.
If you cause a distraction, I think I have a follow up
Ooh,
for if.
causing a distraction is fine. This is me just trying to talk through things.
Uh,
Um, what would that look like? What move do you think causing a distraction while Ragnar makes the perform under pressure, maybe?
Under pressure. Don't.
Does that sound good?
Rich?
Yeah, let's angle it that way. Let's do it.
Do you have a better idea?
I don't know.
Okay.
I think this works. It's good.
Okay. So let me roll my two dice. That is a 6 plus 1 is 7. So there's a complication. Take one
Mhm.
harm, something breaks. The result is only partially effective, or my next roll is with fate's disfavor. I think I make that choice. Is that right?
You do.
It seems like to me what would make the most sense is that Hera, in trying to get to Ragnar while I'm delaying, would poison me, right?
Sure. I
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Yes. You step in to defend Ragnar, performing under pressure, gathering her attention, and she just reaches up with that same hand she was extending to Ragnar and places it on your shoulder and says, "Very well, go with my blessings." I guess, rude boy, the wedding is off? Alas.
Just for now, at least. Perhaps, maybe later.
Yeah, very, very sad. Guys, let's gesturing to the you know the door that shows the grassy fields.
Athena's moving
In
over to pick up Hercules, and she floats up into the air, and Hera simply crosses her arms and looks so very disappointed in you, specifically Torolf.
I have to be honest. Take like a step back. This isn't necessarily the first. Take another step back. Another step back. It's going through the doorway. Woman, I've disappointed. I'm out of here.
Hera does not pursue you further. She has lost her opportunity to kill Hercules, and will remember you for that. You guys come to the other side. Where did you set this gateway to, Ragnar?
Oh, well, hmm. I mean, normally, the mechanics are basically. I've already done it before, where
Mhm.
I've taken the others with.
Yeah,
I think
I'm not
technically
saying you're
it's
not taking others with. I'm saying where do you end up?
uh hmm
Not saying, but asking.
yeah. Uh, I mean, I think we'd be back home. I don't see a reason why we wouldn't be heading back to New Asgard.
Sure. That seems
Um,
fair. That seems
Town
like a
square,
thing.
like a little grassy area.
Beautiful town
Yeah.
square, grassy area. Sounds good. Yeah, a one of the little. Well, it's Norway. What do you bag your
What's
groceries in?
Norway?
Yeah, it was Norway. It's New Asgard. So like,
Yeah.
sorry, it is set in Norway.
Yes.
What do you put are they put in paper bags? Do you guys, I'm sure you guys are not terrible like Americans and use plastic bags still. So,
There is plastic bags. They cost more and more each year, it seems, and so we tend to. But they sell all the fabric bags and everything.
awesome. Yeah, there's one plastic bag then of the grocery store that you guys were at the opening of that kind of floats by, and then boom, the three of you come in and Thea falls to the ground. And we see this like green vein type thing that's creeping up her neck and across her shoulder. You're awake, Thea, but you're in an incredible amount of pain.
Whoa!
What's
Wait, what
happened?
happened?
I think Sindri comes over and like starts licking my face as,
Yeah.
and all of that. And I'm like, writhing on the ground and yeah.
Ragnar, do something. This is your sort of thing.
This. Uh, um. I'm quickly scribbling different doorways to sections of New Asgard on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm.
like, to the doctors, to I guess
Oh, are
to
we gonna have
Brunhilde's office.
another moment with Dr. Torbjorn,
Yeah, and
the
I'm like,
cousin, the real ass doctor and cousin of Torolf?
Wait. I may have something. Actually, I may
"Do
have
you need
something.
your help?" I
Um,
yell over.
I have. There might be something in the brew. I have in Brewmaster. If I use
Mm-hmm.
2 stock, I have Epic Vaccine.
You need that.
I only have 1 stock, so I need Torbjorn to get me a stock. It looks like I've
Wait,
used 2
wait.
of my 3.
No. Oh, right, because
Oh,
you're
that's why
checking them
you're doing
as
it.
you use them. Yeah. I
That's what
think
I think it is. Yeah.
Torbjorn, he shows up. We already see like green veins sliding across Thea's cheek, across her chin, her neck. She's having trouble breathing, shallow. There, you're seeing your death. It looks nice. Your dad's waiting for you in Valhalla.
Thor, I always knew you'd be the death of me. I foresaw it.
No, not today, not today, damn you! Get over here, cousin! Smack Torbjorn, like bring him close. I'm like, give me some more of that.
Oh, I was going to say that she's probably as good as dead, but
You're a
sure.
fool. You're a bad doctor. Everyone knows that. That's why you have to be a mortal doctor and not an Asgardian one. Give me that. Can I make a roll to like see if I get stock here to
Yeah, man.
fix
I
it?
think you need to perform under pressure here. Do you do it in time?
Okay.
I went to real ass doctor school.
Bullshit, Torbjorn. You went to human doctor school. No one cares about that. Going to perform under pressure. It looks like the move normally
You're not
is
getting a
judgment.
sucker.
So I'm taking every damn sucker I want, and Thea gets the biggest one. Plus judgment, because the move normally is judgment. That's 0. So I'm performing under pressure with a +0.
Okay.
Perform
How's
under
that
pressure
sound?
is metal, right?
I thought it was.
Oh,
Yes. It's metal.
you're right. I thought perform under pressure was one of those moves where it's like you choose how you're performing under it.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. It is
All right.
with metal, which is a +1 for you.
+1 for me. All right, here we go. Oh boy. 3, 4 +1 is an 8.
Ooh, an 8 on perform under pressure. 7 9. It's a complication. Choose one from the list. Takes longer than it should. Something breaks, take 1 harm. The result's only partially effective. Your next roll is with fate's disfavor.
I will take the where the hell, here we go. So I'll take something breaks. Something breaks.
Ooh,
Maybe,
what breaks?
maybe my brewmaster gear is broken, but I
I
think
think what
that's
breaks is your insults to your cousin, Dr. Torbjorn. You've broken that relationship. He says, very well. If my human doctoring is not up to snuff, then I guess you will never get assistance from me again. I will not bother you, cousin, little cousin.
you can hold a grudge, but you can't hold it for as long as we live, idiot.
Throws his hand up and flips a bird, but it's all like, MCU PG-13 fuzzed out.
I think a bird, like an actual seagull, flies by just in time, so you can't see it. Yeah.
I like that better. That's way better. Sweet. And you have the brewmaster. You have the ability to do an epic vaccine, which is
Okay.
exactly what it's an anti-poison vaccine. Same. Yeah. Oh, actually, 1 stock anti-venom, but epic vaccine is really what you needed. So 2 stock, you get another stock from him and fill that up. And
Yeah,
it's not
sorry,
a roll.
yeah,
It's just it does the thing, right?
well,
Yeah.
yes, it looks like it's just you use the
The
2
roll is to
stock, it
resupply.
creates it. Yeah, the roll is just to resupply. There it is.
Whoop.
I'm throwing a bunch of shit in the brewmaster's bag or jug or whatever we said it was. I think it was like a big drinking horn. And I'm just shaking it vigorously. Thea, hold on. No, you might die from the taste of this, but not from that damn poison. Down your gullet.
Nice.
I'm leaning over Thea and like, Turf, quickly.
I'm doing it as fast as I can, Ragnar. I'm not the one who knows about serpents and beasts and venom.
Potion, not story time.
People are gathered around. Wait, is this like, are they going to be the Warriors 2 now? That doesn't even work. It's like the Warriors pair. Are they
Screw
like a
you,
couple? A
I'd say.
couple Warriors? Oh, it's great.
Because I hear him.
Thank you, Ragnar. Take care of them.
Nice. And then you put the horn to Thea's lips. You drink of this brewmastered potion, Thea, and what does it look like when you are restored?
So I think that we see Thea's view and we see the fields and we see the loved ones and those that have passed. It's like the cameo time, right? Because we have infinite budget. We see all those previous people who've been in the movies who've passed. And Heimdall's standing there and kind of reaches out, and Thea reaches out, and then we see this, the gap between them's growing larger and larger and larger, and then Thea coughs and chokes, lying on the ground with the horn in her mouth, and like, and starts to breathe a little bit and sits up.
I think when you start to sit up and you cough it out, Total like drops the horn and grabs your head and gives you a big old kiss on your forehead. He's like, "Yes, we've done it."
Oh, they are a couple. Okay. And post. And then there are a few people from the Balthea crew who are like, no, no. Oh my God, I'm dying. Oh, you're muted, Alex.
I kind of just like, oh, deal with it. It's a thing. Undying love.
I
like kind of shrugged there, like, sorry, couldn't help it.
I feel like that's where we start to move to close with short epilogues, tie-offs or set up for next adventure kind of stuff. Who wants to go first with a brief epilogue? And then do you want to do the epilogues and the mechanics of the end of session, or do you want to do the mechanics and then the epilogues? So you have time to think about the epilogues. I don't care.
A little bit of breathing room with doing the mechanics first.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay. So we go to the basic moves, and where is it? Darn it. I know I have it in here somewhere. Fate's favor, reduce harm, advantage, Titan tangle, resolve tangle. Oh, shoot. I'm going to go to the PDF, aren't I? So bad. So bad, GM. Bad GM. Bad heraldry.
Finally, someone says it. It's been playing this for how many sessions, Rich?
How many sessions? Right, it is an embarrassment, really. You guys, you've been carrying me all this time. Take grievous harm. Time passes. Time passes? Is that it?
Yeah, I think it's just tighten a tangle, resolve a tangle, and recover one harm box.
So what happens at the end of session? Isn't there an end of session thing, or am I misremembering?
I
think we just go through
is.
the once per session stuff.
Okay, yeah. Let's just do that. All right, let's do that. All right. Then maybe I'm not terrible. Once per session, Ragnar definitely tricked someone, caused a distraction, told an unnecessary lie. Did you teach someone a lesson?
I don't think
that's what I need to
know. No, I don't think I did.
Do we feel that Ragnar was epic? I think the doorway out of there definitely was pretty epic.
Also turning into I think I guess this was caused by you, the bending of the fate that led us into the Titan. I thought that was a huge moment. So if that was caused by you, I think that's being epic.
There we go. That's another one. So that gets you to 5 threads, I believe.
Cool.
Torolf, you start a fight. You actually finished a fight, I think. Sort of?
Did
I don't know.
I don't think I did. I think I didn't finish the fight. I don't think I explained the battle strategy.
It was Thea who finished that fight.
Yeah.
So let's actually talk about, there was the fight with the giant Titan, the mechanical Titan, and it ended from Hela. That's right. Okay.
Yeah.
Because it threw Torolf away. Yeah. Like
now,
bad rubbish, really.
Yeah.
I think we can definitely diffuse a tense situation with the people wanted to cross the sticks but couldn't.
Oh. Yeah.
They were going to take your arms and eyes and stuff for themselves.
For sure. You diffused that. You diffused the hell out of that. Good call.
Yeah.
Good call. Yeah.
Here's a question. For finish a fight, would you consider whether or not you were married to Hela a fight? I mean, that relationship that you developed there,
well,
you
listen,
basically ended it.
I don't think I don't think it ended. I
Oh,
think there's still there's listen,
I
there's a
see.
limited series being solicited in stores right now, Total versus Olympus, and I like it's a will they won't they. It's gonna be crazy.
I see.
Yeah. But
Mhm.
speaking of that, Rich, I had a question about for Be Epic. Do you think the godlike role of smashing the Titan was epic? Slash, do we think that smooching up with Hera, Queen of the Gods, is epic? That feels pretty epic.
Yes.
Smooching up with
Both
Hera
class.
and then turning her offer of marriage down is pretty epic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and take some threads then.
Do it. Do it.
Thanks, fam. Actually, dang, that puts me at okay. Yep, there we go. So I have one. I need to level up. Okay.
Yep. Need to level up. And if they revealed a lie, tracked someone down, presented a new perspective, but did you also pass judgment on someone?
I don't think I actually called out and passed judgment on anyone.
Dang. Okay. Okay.
you
Okay.
well, I mean, I might be called Cerberus a good boy. That's a judgment call.
He felt judged in a good way. Um, let's talk about how many times you were epic.
Hmm.
I mean, definitely that arrow shot,
I
and
think the arrow
def-
shot. I think sending off your companion to to bring another god into it. I think is like
oh
an
yeah,
epic like
Very
and then
epic.
having
that's a
Athena turn
godly
up,
thing.
yeah, and
Yeah.
I would also count the seeing the poisoning about to happen, and
Choosing it.
Yes.
That
And
was
then
yeah,
epic.
stepping into it.
yeah,
That is the stuff of
easily three,
epics.
yeah.
The stuff of legend. Good stuff. Sweet. And then tightening and loosening tangles is the thing we can do when we start the next
Yeah.
session because it'll be part of time passes. And it's pretty fun to
Got it.
lead that, to let that springboard into things if stuff changes there. So then let's circle back to any epilogues that folks would like to do.
Yeah.
I have one. And it's just later that night. It's been one of Total's longest days. And he's sitting on a curb in New Asgard. He's got a little fabric bag with a big tall boy beer in it. And he's just sitting there drinking alone. Just having a breather. And then he thinks, oh, wait a second, where did I park my boat? Cut to hell or the underworld, and the shades are just taking his boat back and forth, like running wild in Hades.
That's awesome. I love that so much. You got to go get your boat back from hell. That's amazing. Or from the underworld, the Greek underworld. Stephen or Alex, either if you have a little
Um, now
post-credit
this is
sequence.
I've got one, but it would need Toral's permission or Cody's permission for because I'd be using some of his fictional toys.
Oh, do whatever
Um,
you need with those toys.
it would be the day after this stuff happened. Obviously, there was some celebrating. I mean, or at least some raising of mead for Thea's survival after that harrowing moment. Um, Ragnar waking up. Um, I'm not fulfilling a possible. Well, could have done that way, but anyway, um, waking up with Hildy in his bed, or in Hildy's bed, and be like, oh, shit.
Nice.
Um, and I think I have something. I think, we see the credits roll on this movie and everything, and then I think credit scene in the middle is Thea is at is this the spire or the spindle? This area?
Yeah, Easter Spindle.
It's the spindle. And is meditating. I think that we have a flashback where we see Torolf like in his cups at the Warriors 3, lamenting the loss of his epic axe. What was the name of the axe?
The Axe of the Crucible,
Axe of the
gifted to me by
Crucible.
Balder.
It's true.
And I think we then see Thea go to the spindle and start meditating, and as she meditates, we see some flashes of like Mjolnir, and we see what a Stormbringer?
Ooh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
We see
Stormbreaker.
that.
Stormbreaker.
Stormbreaker.
Oh, is
Thank
it
you.
Breaker? Sorry, Stormbreaker.
And we see these flashes of different epic weapons that we've seen through the MCU movies. And then there's one we've never seen before, and Althea, starts concentrating on, how does she resolve the debt to Toruf, who brought her back and overcame his dark destiny. Um, and maybe this new weapon that we see flash is the one. And then I think the credits continue on.
So setup of new epic weapon for Torolf. I love it. That's awesome. Good stuff. Well, it's interesting. The Be Epic conversations felt like a lot of our stars, which was neat. I did dig that. I do want to make space here for wishes, specifically for me to toy with next series of Demigods sometime in 2024. What are some of the things you guys would like to see on the table? Things you're interested in?
I I jokingly wrote a wish down thinking that we weren't going to do wishes. That I can't wait for the special limited series Toro versus Olympus. Some fights, some meet the parent style hijinks. But the way that game continued, I think I want to see more superhero stuff out of this. We've been doing the God stuff and I love it. But what if we really lean into the comic book side style and like the Warriors 3 fight Scrolls, the Warriors 3 fight, I'd be interested in seeing that kind of action. Maybe it won't lean itself so well to the God flavor of the game, but I'm just thinking aloud, I guess.
That's cool. I'm into it. Alex or Steven?
Um, I'm going to ditto that because I like that idea. Um, I want consequences for my last second half thought out idea for a epilogue. Um, yeah, and yeah, I'll leave it at that.
So just so I'm clear, you're saying consequences for Torolf and Hilda?
Or for Ragnar, or Ragnar and Turl, for any combination of consequences.
Okay.
Consequences for everyone.
All right. That's clear as mud. I like it. Cool. Steven, any wishes for you?
Not that I can really think of. I mean, this was a lot of fun. I like the idea. There's something percolating in the back of my head about the idea from Cody with more superhero kind of stuff. And I don't know how to phrase it, so I'm not sure I can actually make a wish out of it. It's something along the lines of um, uh, guest starring or something like that, like a little mini series where the Warriors 3 come in because there's a fight. Maybe we're recruited by some other team. I don't know. Yeah. But I found that wish intriguing. So,
So the idea of you being recruited by another team?
or
Or it's
being
just
asked to
the
help by another team. Another team is out of their depth with some challenge that, they of course request us to come help with.
Cool. Cool. I like
Yeah.
it. Good stuff. CV went last with wishes. Again, I felt like a lot of the Be Epic was stars, but were there any remaining stars for you? And don't feel like you have to. Just want to throw
Um,
it out there.
there were some amazing moments and things that caught me by surprise. Like um Ragnar waking up with Hildy. I was like, I didn't see that coming. Or,
Mm-mm.
you know, me knocking on the door of the boat saying, "Hey, Torov, get up here." And Torov was like, "Oh, hold on a second," and then jumps off the side of the boat. I was like, "What just happened?" So it was very nice to see some of those surprising moments. Yeah.
Mm-mm. I agree. Alex, what about you? Any stars?
Um, I really enjoyed having a little bit more, getting some like Ragnar Thea scenes. But there was a little bit more this scene. I really enjoyed having that. Just um, getting to play a little bit more of the we have to, I mean, even though Ragnar is a bit of a irresponsible child himself, but we're getting to play up that kind of like, we have to deal with Turl. I thought that was a fun kind of dynamic between them.
I also especially like the look that you gave me whenever I called in
Oh
Athena, and you were like,
yes, yeah.
"Oh, yeah."
Thea being on fire with her manipulations.
It was so funny. I love the game
um,
recognized
yes,
game. Yeah,
yeah,
in text chat. That was so funny.
yeah. That definitely. I really and me and Ragnar really enjoyed that.
Excellent. Cody, any stars left?
Yeah. Yeah, this was part of the epic moments. But Alex, yeah, bending faint and then making that happen, and then you turning into a bird and like, I'm safe now. It was just very, very great, very funny.
A very guilty bird.
Yeah, yes,
Yes.
guilty bird, so
Guilty.
funny. And then yeah, that epilogue. Woo boy, nice stuff. Stephen, you said you're not bad at clues, but that's like absolutely false. That's patently false. You are like consistently have great ideas and cryptic messages and stuff, and it's why you're like so great at playing Force users in all of our Star Wars Saturday games. So I just want you to like take that negative self talk out of here and kick its ass. You're great at that shit, man. Rich, you made this session have everything I want. Hot gods to kiss, giant things to fight. I love it. That is my jam. And then a star to everyone for being down for Total to be so obstinate and following the exact opposite of what obviously wanted to be happening. And it's like, oh, take him to hell. I'm like, yeah, that's what I want. Like, Total got to be right in his mind, but doing the bad thing. And I think that just makes it really fun for him to pursue it. He's like, yeah, that was my idea. This is great. And it's just getting deeper and deeper. And every step of the way, I'm like, oh, at what point can I no longer agree with this? And it'll cause headaches for everybody else. But you guys were on board. So it was a blast to just dive in.
It was very funny. Very funny. I loved Torolf and Hera getting it on, and the idea of Hera's pettiness and calling Torolf her rude boy. That amused me to no end.
Oh,
Um,
and pursuing marriage. I'm the goddess of marriage. We're married now. I can just say so. I'm like, that was
Yeah,
so amazing.
that was great.
That was
Yeah.
what a freaking twist to be like, I'm the god of it, so I can change what it means. It means this now, and it's just like, no, you can't. No.
Yeah, all of Hera is definitely
Hera's
at the
great.
star, and also I really just enjoyed all the crap they had to deal with getting to the underworld and just like varying different crazy nonsense. That was just wonderful.
the giant automaton was basic. Like, I was trying to figure out how do we reveal that Hephaestus is messing with his mom who hates him. And I never could come up with a good way to reveal that. I thought about having like a Hephaestus symbol pressed on the inside of the head that I'd reveal to Totolf, but it was just so chaotic that I didn't remember that in the moment. But it still was fun, fun craziness. I really enjoyed. I thank you guys for going along with the idea of Hera, who has a thing with lions, just like summoning a pride of lions. That's so stupid, but
Whenever
Oh,
whenever you mentioned the claw coming through and the automaton, probably one of the reasons I was thinking bird is because I got very Bubo from Clash
oh
of the
yeah,
Titans
for
vibes.
sure.
And I'm like, oh, is he
Because
bringing in
you
like a
summoned
giant
Athena.
Bubo? And I'm
Yeah.
like, oh,
Oh,
okay.
that would have been freaking cool. Yeah, no,
Well,
I was going more like Colossus of the Titan kind of vibe,
but still,
automaton.
I still from the Titan, from the mechanical clockwork Titan and the eyes swiveling around, I got very much Bubo kind of vibes from it. So thank you. Yeah.
Nice, nice. I love Bubo. One of my favorite parts of Clash of the Titans.
yeah.
This was super fun, y'all. And we're right at time. I'm amazed by us. We're so good at this. We're like pros. Thank you guys so much for playing. With that, we'll bring the recording to a close.